Hello and welcome to Exclusive with Taghreed Hussein here on Nile TV International. Well, tonight we'll be bringing you a very important topic discussed at an international congress that was held recently in Cairo and brought together representatives from the different world countries, dubbed the global economy and sustainable development. Different world representatives came here to Egypt to discuss this important topic that comes timely. So join us on Exclusive.
الاتحاد الدولي للمحاسبين IFAC هو المنظمة العالمية لمهنة المحاسبة. فنحن نمثل أكثر من 3 ملايين محاسب محترف في العالم من خلال 181 منظمة عضو وعبر 135 دولة. وأود الإشارة إلى أن عملنا ينقسم إلى 3 فئات. أولاً، نحن نعتبر ممثلين لهذه المهنة كما ندافع عنها باعتبارنا الصوت الذي يعبر عنها في الصعيد العالمي. ثانياً، نحن نساعد في إعداد وتعزيز هذه المهنة للمستقبل، وذلك من خلال أعضائنا المهنيين الذين يمثلونها. ثالثاً، نحن ندعم تطوير معايير دولية عالية الجودة ونحث على اعتمادها وتنفيذها.
Thank you for joining us here on Exclusive with Taghreed Hussein on Nile TV International. We're really honored to have with us here on Exclusive Mrs. Asma Rasmouki, President of the International Federation of Accountants. Mrs. Rasmouki, thank you so much for joining us, and we're really honored to have you with us here in Egypt. Tell us more about your participation at the 11th International Conference, which is dubbed and entitled Digital Economy and Sustainable Development. A very important Congress. It really comes timely.
Well, thank you very much. I'm also delighted to be here and to have been invited by AFA, the Arab Federation of Accountants and Auditors, which is one of our regional organizations that we work with and collaborate with directly as IFAC, the International Federation of Accountants. And the topics that AFA has chosen for this conference, which is digital economy and sustainable development, are topics that are very close to home to IFAC, because these are topics that we are working a lot on and producing a lot of thought leadership to assist and help our members, who are the professional accounting organizations all over the world, to lead in these topics and to ensure that our professional accountants are ready, because these are like future topics that we are already living in, and we need to develop ourselves as professionals, as accounting organizations, to take the opportunity and be responsible for the challenges that come with them.
أنني أحيي اختياركم لعنوان المؤتمر هذا العام: الاقتصاد الرقمي والتنمية المستدامة، الفرص والتحديات. فنحن نعيش في العصر الرقمي في كل مجالات الحياة والحاضر والمستقبل. الاقتصاد الرقمي وللوسائل الرقمية في الإنتاج والإدارة والتجارة والمعاملات المالية، كما هو أيضا في مجال المحاسبة والمراجعة والرقابة والتطبيق. إن المجتمع الرقمي هو لغة العصر، ولا سبيل للتخلف عن هذا التوجه العالمي الذي أوجد لغة مشتركة بيننا جميعا، بل وبين العالم أجمع، وأدى إلى تقريب وتوحيد الكثير من المعايير، خاصة في مجال السياسات والتطبيقات المالية. إن استخدام التطبيقات الرقمية في مجال المحاسبة والمراجعة لم يعد خيارا لأي مجتمع، بل أصبح مسارا حتميا يحقق العديد من الفوائد والأهداف لتطوير العمل المحاسبي والمراجعة.
Well, IFAC, if I can describe it to you, is as an international federation, is like the global voice of the accounting profession, the global umbrella.
Yes.
And so our role is practically turns around three strategic objectives, which are, first of all, advocating for the profession, because we are its global voice. The second one is helping to equip our member bodies to be future ready, and hence the topics of sustainability and digitalization. And the last one is supporting the adoption implementation of high quality international standards. But we cannot reach these strategic objectives alone. We can only do it by leveraging on what is happening in regional organizations like AFA, like PAFA, like other organizations in Europe, etc. And it's through this collaboration that we can work together to achieve our strategic objectives. And if we take the topic of equipping accountancy organizations with the right tools and skills to be future ready, the conference of today is a typical example of that, because it's touching on two very important and future topics, I would say even actual, because we are already in them, which are digitalization and sustainability, and which keep moving, and for which the opportunities and the challenges will keep moving as well, and we have to be there, to have the right education, the right skills to prepare for that.
Mrs. Rasmuki, there has been very fruitful consultations, discussions earlier with His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Maid, Minister of Finance. Would you kindly elaborate more about the further and the future cooperation between IFAC and the Ministry of Finance?
Well, the collaboration with IFAC is mainly done through the professional accounting organizations all over the world, in Egypt, in all MENA countries, in other countries around the world. They turn around the strategic objectives that I talked about, and listening to the speech of the finance minister was really inspiring, because he's very aware of these changes, and he made I think a clear call to professionals to assist in this, and that is absolutely our role, and that's where we need to collaborate more through the professional accounting organizations and with other stakeholders, because we work as well with different stakeholders like regulators, like standard setters, development partners like the World Bank, etc. So that's how we can leverage on all that and improve our collaboration, because alone we can do nothing. It's together that we can progress in challenging times that we live in.
Digitization in the world today is playing a very important role, and we can see it working and going, let me say, hand in hand with the economy. And that's why the conference comes timely, discussing digital economy and sustainable development. So tell us more about how far can digitization really change the face of the global economy in the coming phase, especially that Egypt took great strides in the field of digitization.
Well, digitalization is part of the progress that technology knows and is going through, and it covers varied topics, like you said, artificial intelligence. I will add to that big data, I will add to that blockchain, etc. And these subjects are touching all sectors, all businesses, private businesses, governments, all countries, etc. Because we are a global world, we are interconnected, so no country can be left behind. And we need to make sure that we all collaborate together for that. And these changes are going to impact all professions. And as I said, if you look at the latest report of the World Economic Forum, that talks about the fact that by 2025, 85 million jobs will disappear, but the good news, they will be replaced by new 95 million jobs. So overall, we're not going to lose, we're going to win, but we have to be prepared for that. And if I take the role of professional accountants, they're also going to be impacted by this. So we have to equip ourselves so that we can equip and assist and support better the businesses and the governments we work with.
If we're talking about IFAC and the priorities in the coming stage.
Well, IFAC's strategic objectives are the three that I mentioned. But in terms of priorities, because IFAC is future looking, we take into account the new topics. So right now, sustainability, for which, if you can see, there has been momentum since a few years ago. We started to see big momentum because there is a big appeal from investors, from regulators, and from society to tackle this subject. And this subject, as we know, includes sensitive topics like climate change. So IFAC has been advocating for this topic since the last years, and thanks to this advocacy, thanks to the focus that IFAC and other partners have done on this, we have seen the creation of a very important body which is called ISSB, International Sustainability Standards Board, which is going to issue standards to help companies and businesses to write the sustainability reports and to disclose what stakeholders, including investors, are expecting. So there is a big change, not only in the standards of sustainability, but also in audit standards, also in ethics standards. Everybody is now thinking about how to make sure that our standards are also ready to tackle this subject. And this, I really liked what your finance minister said, and he gave us the example of what he's trying to do, changes in digitalization. I mean, I'll go back to digitalization just as an example, and how sometimes the rules are not following. So that is one of the roles of IFAC for topics like sustainability, to ensure that we have we are supporting high quality global standards that everybody is going to use, so that we speak a common language and we are ready for this new topic and we disclose it properly. Well, I think that Egypt, like all countries, are obliged to make the necessary reforms, because the world is moving very fast. The challenges are new challenges are coming all the time. We have all gone through COVID, now the war between Ukraine and Russia, and the impact that it has on the economy, on the inflation, etc. So all countries are bound to do that, and if Egypt is undertaking reforms, I can only echo that and encourage all countries to do the same, because we cannot just sit and watch what's happening. And you talk about foreign direct investment. That is also important to countries like Egypt and others, because we need to work with others, we need to open ourselves, we need to work together, because we live in a global world. We don't live in isolated countries.
انعقد هذا المؤتمر في ظل تحديات اقتصادية عالمية وتحديات بعدم اليقين والمخاطر انعكس أثرها على مهنة المحاسبة والمراجعة. ويشرف هذا المؤتمر متحدثين ذو مكانة مهنية عالمية، وسوف يناقش المؤتمر في عدة محاور أهمية تعدية هذه الأزمة الاقتصادية على مهنة المحاسبة والمراجعة. وتتضمن هذه المحاور محور يناقش فيه مهنة المحاسبة والتحديات الاقتصادية والرقمنة. محور آخر مهنة المحاسبة وتحديات التنمية المستدامة. البنوك والتحديات الاقتصادية والمالية العالمية. التأمين وتحديات تطبيق معايير التقارير المالية والتحول الرقمي. عاوزين نعمل مؤتمر عالمي في مصر. أول فكرة واجهنا تحديات هو في مصر وليه مش في مصر، يعني بره مصر، وكان في دول كتير بتشارك إن هي تبقى موجود معاها. الحق اتقال احنا خدنا دعم من الاتحاد الافريقي الموجودين معانا والدول الميديترينيان والحاجات دي في ان هو يكون مصر، لما مصر من لها مكانه ومعزه خاصه عند ناس كتير. فده يعني انا بشكرهم فعلا. بشكر كمان الحكومه المصريه فعلا قدمت لنا كل الدعم في دوله رئيس مجلس الوزراء، وزي ما حضرتك شفت وزير الماليه والحكومه وجهات كتيره قدمت لنا الدعم من المطار للسياحه الداخليه. حقيقي يعني الحكومه كانت متعاونه جدا. المؤتمر ليه اهميه كبيره قوي. انت حضرتك شفتي هذا الزخم الموجود العالمي الموجود. احنا معانا تقريبا رئيسه الايفاك دي اول مره تشرف في المنطقه العربيه وفي افريقيا. دي كانت اول مره من سنين ما حد متواجد. دي اعلى حاجه في مهنه المحاسبه والمراجعه. يعني معانا تقريبا كل الدول العربيه ممثله في اعضائها ورؤسائها حوالي 120 واحد. عندنا رئيسة الاتحاد الافريقي موجوده معانا تمثل كل الدول الافريقيه. عندنا رئيس اللي هو ممثل المهنه في دول البحر المتوسط. عندنا رئيس الممثل المهنه في شرق اسيا. عندنا في امريكا واستراليا. فتقريبا عندنا المنظمات الدوليه العالميه اللي بتمثل المهنه على مستوى العالم. وجودهم في مصر بغض النظر عن الحدث نفسه او السيشن دي حاجه مهمه قوي. كل المنظمات المهنيه العالميه مشاركه معانا وموجودين الاعلام بتاعتها واللوجو بتاعتها. في مصر احنا مشارك معانا اكاديميه مكافحه الفساد، هيئه الرقابه الاداريه، عندنا معهد الحوكمه والاستدامه وزاره التخطيط، عندنا البنك المركزي ممثل في اتحاد بنوك مصر، هيئه الرقابه الماليه ممثله في الاتحاد المصري للتامين، عندنا بعض المنظمات المهنيه المصريه مرتبطه. فمع العالميه احنا متوقعين في ظل التحديات اللي بتمر بها العالم زي ما حضرتك قلتي، التحديات الاقتصاديه والرقميه، هيبقى عندنا توصيات مختلفه، لان في ظل عدم التاكد اللي بتمر بيه العالم والمخاطر اللي بتمر بيها العالم هيحصل تعديلات جذريه اعتقد في معايير المحاسبه لتتواكب مع هذا التعديلات. وده هتاثر علينا احنا، مش هتاثر على العالم وعلينا لان احنا جزء من العالم. فاحنا هيبقى ده توصيات المؤتمر، واحنا متوقعين يطلع توصيات في هذا المؤتمر هتغير في بعض المفاهيم على مستوى العالم كله. المؤتمر مؤثر، رئيس الافاك ليها يعني زي ما قالت هي حاطه امال كبيره على هذا المؤتمر بما فيه التعاون بين الدول العربيه ودول افريقيا، وده يمثل تقريبا نسبه عاليه من المجتمع العالمي.
That was exclusive with Taghreed Hussein. Join us next week and a different guest on Exclusive.